I wanted to actually speak on this topic because I think, um, and I will always go first off and say like I'm always going to be grateful for God. He gives me all and everything that I ever needed. And the topic that I want to talk about is why we stress about certain things. Um, Over the past couple of days, I'm like really leaning into trusting God, and not only has as I've like the obedience of like trusting Him and having peace and just like because I usually go through this whole pattern when I wake up in the morning, or I'll stay up right now. Right, it's 8 o'clock, and um, to, it's 8 o'clock, and I wake up at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., and I'll just be so devastated about like I just missed my entire day, and I'll be super, super, super hurt about it. And I'd be like, God, like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, questioning myself. But it's not, even in the midst of that, I had a couple of videos ago about saying, like, why you have to be able to be okay with just waking up at 5 and just being up. I used to think about that too. And the reason I said this is because the last couple of days have have been kind of like a rocky road because I had certain bills that I had to pay. And I'm grateful for having family because my brother came through. He looked out for me. But it was also just knowing that God looked out for me overall because I didn't know that I was going to be able to pay for this and it's so crazy because like it's the small things. Um, he was able to buy like some jerseys for me, and he's like, bro, I got you, bro. I'd rather get something from you that's fulfilling, so you can have some bread in your pocket. And he did it, and there's certain things that I had to take care of, where I don't have that money anymore. So not only did he give me the money, but within 15 minutes, the money was no longer in my pockets. And I was like, how can I, how can I be like this? You know, Paying this bill and then paying this and having to fix this, and then having to say, here's a reward and getting food, and that's all your money. And I was like, wow, I can't believe this. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how am I gonna pay for this one bill? I don't even know where I'm gonna find that money from, bro. But I was like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna figure it out, bro. I may move the money around the wrong way, but and then today I was like, you know what? I got some shoes. Not only that, I also woke up with another order on my website. So the benefit of that was just like, wow, like, okay, I'm getting there halfway there. And then he also bought, and then my brother bought something for me today. I was like, wow, like I just found the money to get that. But the reason I'm saying this, and would you forget this stuff?
My IG and shit. I ain't even put that. I don't even know where the fuck I put it. Fuck.
But the reason why I speak on this is because you never know. You never actually know until you actually have it. And that's the benefit of actually growing and learning and just having faith in that. I think a lot of people don't have that kind of structure and like understanding that you don't have to live in the I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Because honestly, like that's been my take. It's like I don't know what I'm doing half of the time. But I feel like the more I've been reading my Bible, the more I've been like trusting God, it's like He's been showing up in ways that I haven't been showed up in. Like going into new business ventures and connecting with so many different people. I've taken all that stuff for granted, but man, if I didn't have a brother that supported, what I got going on, and just knowing that, at the end of the day, like all this doing, all me not having a job and focusing on a brand and focusing on a new business venture and focusing on connecting with people, going to church, meeting people, just giving and having love from my heart. Man, I tell you this right now, like, it's like necessary, bro. It's stripping me down from the things that I used to be okay with. Like it's fully stripping me down because I'm not being stripped down to the point where I'm like, yo, this is what's happening and this, that, and the third. Like, God, why? Like, I had a lot of times, like, going back to my old videos, like, I would struggle with my mind going back and forth, like, why me? Why me? Or, like, I'm trying to put myself into a different mindset. But ultimately, it's just praying. Like, it's so simple and trusting and just being okay. Like, you know what? I don't know. Like, I woke up at 5 p.m. today. I'm like, bro, I don't know. What I was supposed to do today didn't happen. But, allowing myself to be okay with that, and move forward. And that's true. You got to be able to do that. You got to be able to live forward and not think in the past and allow yourself to just level up. So that's really what it is.